Okay, good afternoon, everyone. We were discussing the integration part, and what we did yesterday was definite integral. Am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
Okay. ठीक है तो लास्ट जो इंटीग्रेशन पार्ट हमने करा था वी स्टार्टेड डेफिनेट इंटीग्रल so I'm giving you a few of the question. First I'll solve one question for you and then you will solve others, right? So first I'm solving for you just to revise that definite integration, and then I'll give write some question on the screen which you are supposed to solve, right? And you must have got the assignment, and I think you may have got the formulas also. Anyways, the question is, the question that we have is x square plus 1 dx, and the limits for this is x is equal to we have x0, and let's say the upper limit is 4. ये क्वेश्चन है अपना x square plus 1 dx, and it is to be integrated from lower limit 0 to upper limit 4. Clear? So see, all the rules that we have studied in indefinite integral is applicable to definite integral. Whatever formula, whatever rules we have studied in the case of indefinite integration, the same will be applied in the case of definite integration also, right? There will be only one difference, and that is the difference of limits. In indefinite integration, we didn't have any limits, but in the case of definite integral, we have limits. So finally, we will have to put the limits. And how do we put the limits? That I have already told you yesterday, that I will show you again. But other than that, everything is same as that of the indefinite integral. The first step in these kind of question was to separate the two integral. Is it clear? Because whenever you have more than one term, you can separate the terms and you can integrate the terms individually, if you remember, right? This was the rule of integration, hai na? So what you can do, you can separate this x squared dx, and you write it as 1 into dx can be simply written as dx. The limits will be 0 to 4, of course, for this x squared dx also, and for dx also it will be 0 to 4. Is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Ishika, Mohana, Saksham, Tariq, Vibhuti?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So integration, formula for the integration, I am writing it here on the left side of my screen. The formula for the integration of x n dx was x to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. This was the formula. Whatever you have as a power of the variable, just add 1 with that, and in the denominator also you write the same. So it would be x to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. Here the value of n is 2, right? Means the power is 2, right? So this will be written as equal to x2 plus 1 upon 2 plus 1. And lastly, we'll put the limits 0 to 4 plus of integration of dx is nothing but x. So it will be 0 to 4. So what you are supposed to do is x cube upon 3, 0 to 4 plus of x to the power 0 to 4. I'll put the limits in both together. First, now, till here, we already know these steps from the indefinite integration. Now comes the definite integration part. Means what you have to do the next. Once you have integrated the quantity, what you have to do the next. So I told you just have to put the value of x. First you will replace x by its upper value and then by its lower value. Means what? You will substitute the value of x, right? And what will be the values of this x? So this will be upper limit and the lower limit. So first you will put the upper limit. So it will become 4 cube upon 3 minus, okay? Because the rule says you have to put a negative sign between putting the two values. So put a negative sign and then place the lower value in the as a value of x. Means this term will become 0, because if you put the value of x as 0, then this whole term will become 0. Plus x to the power 4. So you will put it as 4, right? X to the power 4, it is not x to the power 4, means x, the upper limit of x is 4. So you will replace this x by its upper limit, that is 4, minus the lower limit, and the lower limit is 0. So it will be 4 minus of 0. Did you understand? Now simplify this to get the final answer. Is it clear to all? See,
Yes, sir.
first 2 or 3 steps is same as that of the indefinite integration. Only in the case of definite integration, you have to put the limits finally. Okay? So how will you put the limits? In the final step, you have to put the limits. First, you will replace the variable by its upper value, put a negative sign, and then replace the same variable by its lower value. Means first you will substitute upper value, then you will put negative sign, and then you will substitute the lower. This is how you solve this kind of definite integral. Okay? Can you erase this if you have
Sir, I have doubt in
can I erase?
assignment question.
Can we move to the next question? Okay, of course you can ask if whatever
Question first,
I
fifth
can
part.
ask. Is it from integration or what?
Yes, sir, integration.
Is your doubt from integration part?
Yes, sir,
Okay.
from integration.
Let me check what assignment. Okay, okay. Let me just check what assignment you. Let me find that. Then I'll be able to solve that. Because it is in PDF form, so I need to open it. It is taking time. Can you tell me the question? What was that question which you are asking? Can you please read it out?
3 cos x square minus 5x plus 2 sin 3x. Integrate.
Sin x.
2 sin
Okay.
3x.
This integration obviously, see. This integration obviously you will not be able to perform right now because we haven't done these kind of integrals yet. Okay. Basically, we have a formula for cosec square x. We have the integration of cosec square x is basically cot x. Formulas, don't worry.
Yes, sir.
We have the question is simply this. The question is 3 cosec square x plus of 2 sin 3x. You have to integrate this quantity, right? You have to integrate
Minus
this
5x.
equation. So, do we have minus 5 also?
Yes, sir,
Okay, you are
minus
asking the
5x.
fourth one. Okay, sorry. Okay, I got that. Minus 5x plus of sin x. You have to integrate this, right? If you want to integrate this, you will put an integral and you will write dx because you have to integrate this quantity. Is it clear to all? Please speak up.
Yes, sir.
It's the doubt of Saksham, so I'm discussing this with all of you. You may also have this doubt in this question, so please understand it clearly. First here 3 is a constant. I can first step would be to separate all these terms, right? Okay, so if you want to separate all the terms, you will write it as 3 cosec square x, where 3 is a constant. So put this 3 outside of the integration. You need to integrate cosec square x, right? In the second term, 5 is a constant, so you will integrate x dx, and in the last term we have sin x dx, right? So what is the integration formula for these things? Just try to remember that. Cosec square x, the integration of cosec square x is minus cot x. It is a formula, right? The way we get the integration of sin x as a cos x and cos x as a sin x, similarly, the integration of cosec square x would be minus cot x, right? In other words, if you get confused sometimes, what is the formula for particular quantity if it is differentiated or if it is integrated, so you can remember that integration is the reverse process of differentiation. Okay, Taira, I'll come to your doubt also, don't worry. First, I am dealing with this one. उसके बाद तुम्हारा doubt कराते हैं.
Okay.
मेरी बात सुनो. Integration is the reverse process of differentiation. If you can recollect, the differentiation of cot x was minus of cosec square x. If you can remember the formula. In the case of integration, integration of cosec square x became the cot x with a negative sign. Differentiation of cot x was minus cosec square x. And in the case of integration, this thing gets reversed. That is, integration of cosec square x became cot x, right? ठीक है? अब बात समझो. So that is why the formula for cosec square x is minus cot x. Now we have minus 5. X dx integration will become x square by 2. and sin x का integration is minus of cos x, if you remember, right? These are just the formula. So finally you can write minus 3 cot x minus of 5x square by 2 minus of cos x is your answer. Is it correct? You
Yes,
may
sir.
find if you uh, the answer to this question is provided to you in the assignment or not.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. If you'll compare this answer with your answer that is provided to you in the case of assignment, you will find one more term which is c. In the final answer, if you compare it with the assignment, you will find one
Yes,
more
sir.
term that is c, right?
Yes.
So
C.
don't get confused with this c. This c is called as integration constant. This c is called, why do we apply this, or what will be its value? That will be taught to you in mathematics. We don't need to understand this because it is given as answers in your assignment. That is why I'm discussing about this c. Otherwise I wouldn't, right? So this c is basically integration constant. Whenever you have indefinite integral, so with whatever the answer that you get, you put a c with it, right? Where c is called as integration constant. That's it. But if you have indefinite integration, then only you put a c, right? When you have definite integral, you don't need to put c. Even if you don't put a c, whether it is indefinite or definite, it will not matter, right? It will not make your answer incorrect. Answer will remain correct, right? So whether you put c or not doesn't matter, but as c is given in the answers, so I'm discussing about it. This c is a kind of constant. You just have to remember that, and this c is used whenever we have indefinite integral. Okay, what is the next doubt?
Sir,
I have got
question
some more
second,
doubts.
third part.
Question 2. Okay, question 2, third part. Okay, I'll come to that part because it is the case of definite integral. So I'll solve it for everyone. Don't worry. Before solving this, I had some other doubt also. Tahira, you were having some doubt, right? Ask your doubt if you have.
Yes, sir.
पूछो doubt,
Sir,
पूछो.
first part, first question, fifth part.
First, first question, fifth part. मतलब just after this, right?
Yes,
Fourth
sir.
के बाद वाला. जो अभी करा है उसके just बाद वाला, right?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. So this fifth question in the first part is integration of, you have to integrate this 3 cosec square x plus of 2 sin 3x, right? ये भी आपने अभी नहीं करा इस टाइप का क्वेश्चन, तो असाइनमेंट में आपको गिवन है, सो आई एम सॉल्विंग इट. ठीक है, अभी एक बात तो मैंने आपको बताया कि cosec स्क्वायर x, द इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ cosec स्क्वायर x इज माइनस cot x. यस, कुछ कह रहा है.
क्वेश्चन गलत है.
क्वेश्चन गलत लिख दिए. कौन सा वाला है फिर?
Yes, sir.
नहीं नहीं, आवाज ब्रेक हो गई तुम्हारी, फिर से बोलो.
Sir, 3 cos x square x minus 5 plus 2x sin x 3x.
नहीं, ये कौन सा क्वेश्चन है असाइनमेंट में? 3 cosec स्क्वायर x minus 5x plus sin x, ये कह रही हैं आप?
Yes, sir.
ये तो अभी कराना बेटे.
Sir, fifth part.
इस क्वेश्चन की बात करें तो फिफ्थ पार्ट तो यही है ना, 3 cosec स्क्वायर x plus 2 sin 3x.
सर बीच में माइनस 5x भी है.
यार वो तो फोर्थ वाला था ना जो अभी करा है हमने.
नो सर, फिफ्थ में भी बीच में माइनस 5x है.
अच्छा, पता नहीं मेरे पास कोई और कोई असाइनमेंट खुला हुआ है क्या तुम लोगों का? क्या तुम एक बार क्वेश्चन ही बता दो, छोड़ो, फॉरगेट अबाउट दिस. क्वेश्चन बताओ क्या था?
3 cosec स्क्वायर x
Cosec square x minus
5x
ठीक है,
plus 2 sin 3x.
प्लस 2 sin 3x.
Yes, sir.
प्लस 2 sin 3x. तो कोई रॉकेट साइंस थोड़ी है. ये पार्ट तो अभी तुमने सॉल्व करा है. देखो पहला काम तो हम यही करेंगे ना कि 3 cosec स्क्वायर x dx minus 5 is a constant, तो 5 will be out of the integral, तो x dx. इसमें 2 is a constant, तो 2 sin of 3x. 3 is also a constant. Remember this. Whoever is asking and whoever haven't asked this, please listen to it very carefully. This 3 is also a constant, but this 3 will not be put out of the integration, right? The constant which is multiplied with the variable can be taken out of the integral. The constant which is inside the variable, you cannot take it out. Did you understand first step? Everyone,
Yes, sir.
please.
Yes, sir.
Everyone.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The integration of cosec square x, I just told you it is minus cot x. So ये तो खत्म हो गया. Now we have minus of 5 x dx integration. We have just done this one, x square by 2. According to the formula, यहाँ पर पावर कितना है 1, तो 1 plus 1 divided by 1 plus 1, तो x square by 2 बन जाएगा. प्लस ऑफ 2 साइन का डिफरेंस इंटीग्रेशन बोलो, तो साइन का इंटीग्रेशन अभी मैंने आपको बताया कि इंटीग्रेशन वुड बी माइनस ऑफ cos 3x. यहाँ पर x नहीं है ना, x है, यहाँ पर 3x है.
3x है सर.
अगर x था तो आपने माइनस cos x लिखा था. अब जब यहाँ पर 3x है तो आप माइनस cos 3x लिखेंगे. अब एक बात सुनिए, ये जो कांस्टेंट है, ये वाला भी तो कांस्टेंट ही है ना, बट वो अंदर है, वेरिएबल के अंदर है, जिसको हम बाहर नहीं कर सकते. तो व्हाट वी विल डू, विल write this constant in the denominator. समझ में आई बात? A constant
Yes,
which
sir.
is inside the variable, which cannot be taken out of the integration, is finally written in the division. Is it clear, Tahira?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, just note it down. Can we move further to some two or three questions that can start
Excuse me,
next
sir.
chapter, which is yes, excuse.
So even I have a doubt in second question का fifth part.
Second question का fifth part, it is based on definite integration, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, no issue. So if it is based on definite integration, just we will discuss all this question and it will be the part of the definite integration, obviously. We have discussed one question today based on definite integration. Now we are discussing 2 or 3 more questions based on definite integration, and please everyone listen to it. Okay, method would be same, right? So the third question which was asked by Saksham, the question is cos x dx. Listen to it carefully. Minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. This is what we are supposed to do, right? अब बात समझो.
Yes, sir.
First of all, the integration of cos is sine. It will be written as sine x. Integration part is completed. ठीक है? Now what we will do? We'll substitute the value of x. First we'll substitute its upper value and then we'll substitute a lower value. Is it clear? हाँ ना बोलो पहले तो. यही तो करोगे ना?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
तो आप क्या लिखोगे? Sine of pi by 2 minus of sine of minus pi by 2. अब यहाँ पर you need to remember the few trigonometric formulas which you have already studied in class 10. If you can recollect, you have already studied sine of minus theta is equal to minus sine theta. Have you ever heard about it? It is taught
Yes,
in
sir.
class 10th CBSE. This means that we can write it as sine pi by 2. This will become minus will become plus. So plus of sine pi by 2. And what is this pi by 2? So remember, those who are studying from the very first class, pi by 2 means the angle is 90 degree. See, pi have two values. If pi is used as a number, so it will mean that the value of pi is 3.14. And if pi is used as an angle, pi is also used as an angle. So pi will mean 180 degree. Did you understand? Sometimes pi will be used just as a number, so its value would be 3.14. And if pi is used as an angle, so its value would be 180 degree. Is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So 180 by 2 will become 90. So this is nothing but sine 90 plus sine 90. Sine 90 is 1. So 1 plus 1, the answer will be 2. Okay, this will be your final answer. Did you understand?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, just note it down so that I can move to the last question, which is a doubt of some student. So please note it down. Then,
No, sir.
okay, so I'm moving to the last doubt, right? And that doubt is, Mauna, can I erase this? Do you have any issue? Have you
No,
understood
sir.
every step of this question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, good. So I have a question now, the fifth question from your assignment, which is a doubt. So I will be solving that question now. The question is 1 upon x dx, and the limits are 2 and 3. The lower limit is 2 and the upper limit is 3. Now listen to me carefully first. If you can remember, I told you the differentiation of log of x is equal to 1 upon x. This formula I told you in the case of differentiation, right? And I just told you, just now, I have told you that integration and differentiation are reverse process. So if you differentiate log x, you get 1 upon x. So if you integrate 1 upon x, what will you get?
Log S.
Of course, by ulta process, hai na? If you are differentiating log x, you are getting 1 upon x as your result. So if you integrate 1 upon x, yaar. So if you integrate 1 upon x, the result would be log x. That's it. ठीक है? तो इसका मतलब ये है कि the integration of 1 upon x is log x. Is it clear, beta? Ishika, you were asking this, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so now you have understood the formula. Log of
Yes, sir.
x, and the limits would be 2 to 3. So I am putting the limits now. This is the value of x, right? So first you will put x as 3, so log of 3, put a negative sign, and then put the lower value, that would be log 2. You may be aware of the fact that there is a formula for related to log, or this is the property of log. If you have log a minus of log b, it can be written as log a by b. This is a formula which is taught in class 10th in ICSC, but in CBSE, I don't think logarithm is a chapter in a syllabus. So whatever be the case, you have to just remember this fact. Whenever you have log a minus of log b, you will write it as log a by b. And if you have log a plus of log b, this is just a formula, right? It would be written as log a into b. Okay? These are two formula that you have to remember because it will be used in chemistry also. So that is why we can write this as log 3 by 2. And this will be your final answer. Is everybody convinced with this? Do I need to talk about this more, or is it clear to everyone?
Sir,
Yes,
it's
sir, clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So you just have to remember a few of the formulas. So I think you now know how to deal with the definite, integral, and indefinite. See, the only difference between definite and indefinite is of the limits, and the process is same. Okay, in the case of indefinite, the formula and the rules, whatever you have studied, is same for the definite integration also. The only extra things that add up in the case of definite integral is the putting the limits, right? So first you put the upper limit, and then you put a negative sign, and then put a lower limit, right? So this is how you deal with the definite integral. And I think everybody has idea how to differentiate and how to integrate. Is it clear?
yes,
Yes,
So
sir.
sir.
Yes.
okay. So now we can go back to the physics again, and we can start our chapter, which is motion in a straight line, right? To write the name of the chapter, we are again moving to physics now. But yes, you need to remember all the concepts of differentiation and integration because it will be very much used in the whole of the physics, whether you are in class 11th or in class 12th. Without these calculus portion and without a chapter that we will study is vectors, without these two things, you will never be able to understand physics clearly, right? So you have to remember all these formulas. Anyways, so we are
Okay, sir.
moving to the, okay, so we are moving to a chapter which is motion in a straight line.
Excuse me,
First
sir.
of all, yes, excuse.
Sir, you will also cover NCERT questions.
Of course, I will.
Okay, sir.
That would be the priority. I may not be dealing with the questions in the class. I mean, I may not be solving those questions while teaching, right? It would be an assignment for you. It would be your homework. You have to solve the questions. And if you get any other doubt, we will discuss that doubt, right? Because I'll give you some questions from my side, so that it will be some kind of new questions for you, right? Whatever you have already in the book, that question should not be discussed in the class. Some new questions of new pattern should be discussed, so that you